the hearts of millions. Now he's back. Viewers get a chance to enjoy more of his crazy antics on his new, very funny series called The Trouble with Larry. Here's Bronson Pinchot.
Hi, Regis.
Hi, Bronson. How you doing? You know, Christina.
How are you?
Look at Bronson. Big. Huh. Bronson and I, when Bronson's in New York, he always works out at the Radu gym.
Yeah.
And Christopher was asking for you.
Oh, yeah?
Wants to hear from you, and so I just passed that on to you. But you look like you're in good shape.
Yeah,
You've been
thank you
working
very
out
much.
out there, too, huh?
Huh? Yeah, I have.
Good.
You know that little clip you showed at the very beginning of me on the show about 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Could we get a big lighter and just put that thing up in flames? That's the scariest thing. There's like this neck. Actually, it looks like I did these Domino's pizza commercials for a while. And they had one that they never showed, where I came out with a little finger puppet, which was my head on my index finger, and said, "Look, it's a new offer." And that's what that clip looks like.
Yeah, but you see,
It's scary. I mean, I always thought, you know, that where's the woman with the tomatoes? Because my head is so long in that clip, we could make a salad, the cucumber and the tomato, be lovely. A little olive oil.
But Bronson, you're beginning to look like Schwarzenegger with all these muscles of the handsome leading man thing. Is that good for comedy?
Well, and not judging from Last Action Hero, but I want to tell you.
I mean, for your comedy.
I don't know. You'll have to judge by watching my new show.
Yes.
Which is called?
The Trouble with Larry. I got to tell you what's odd about that is, you know, Mark Lindbaker, he was, I asked him to direct the show the other week because we had all new directors, and Mark's a wonderful director. And he came on, you know, on Perfect Strangers. He played
Larry.
He played Larry. And there I'm looking down at the script, and it says Larry, and I keep expecting him to talk. And I said, what are you doing? You know, I haven't seen you for a while. What's going on? He said, I'm going to New York to do a new Neil Simon play, and I have to have a Russian accent. So I'm playing Larry. He's got a Russian accent, and it's all very, very exciting. Look,
Little deja
look
vu
at the
there.
tan on that woman in the blue blazer. Woman, you have been in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Funny thing, the more you talk to her, the redder she gets.
I know.
She's blushing, poor lady. I always thought Belky was Greek.
He was Meposian. That was a...
Yeah, that's right. It was from a mysterious island,
He
right?
was from an imaginary country called Mepos, which, I don't know, we got to get rid of these. Look, first of all,
so adorable.
I went through this thing. I had just come back from Greece in '87 when we took this picture, and I was sitting in this little coffee shop, and this kid came in serving coffee, and he had this hair. And I said to my hairstylist, I want that hair. And she said, the only way you can get that is to dip your head in the Exxon Valdez disaster and run my hands through it. And we did it. I thought it was terrific. But these pictures come back to haunt you.
Well, I mean, the show was a big hit. It was on for 7 years. There's a lot of these around.
Yeah, but not because of my hair.
How are you doing personally? I understand you've done some remodeling at home, which is always a traumatic experience.
I have been remodeling my home since I was in 11th grade. I've been remodeling the house since before I had the house. And, well, what can I tell you? It started
You
out
live
as
up on
this...
the hills?
No, I live at the beach, and it started out as one of these 1962, what I call bachelor pads. You know, just basically a place that exists for bachelors. And, and I just, you know, it had the cottage cheese ceilings and the shag carpeting, and actually the place next door, which I also bought, used to belong to Liberace. And the fun thing about that, he lived there, you know, I don't know, 15 years ago, and almost none of his touches were left. But there were two giveaway things that you knew he'd lived there. One was that every single surface was coated with gold-veined mirror. I mean, even the handles on the little cabinets were gold-veined mirror. But the total giveaway was in the master bedroom. Obviously, his bed was gone, which may have been a blessing. But over the bed, there was, where the bed would have had to be, there was a mirror, and the mirror was a slenderizing mirror. And so when you got, I mean, because the contractor said, do you want to get rid of that? And I said, yeah. And I looked up, and my head, it looked even more like a cucumber. It looked like a zucchini. But then we got to, and it was like, yeah. So you got to watch yourself, and you were all sort of very svelte. It was a kind of a...
Oh, so you kept it?
And you kept it.
No. We took that out. We took that out.
Took it off the mirror and put it on the wall.
It was also, hey, I think you should wait till your daughter gets up. When does she get up? 10 or 11, like most brats? Get up and go have a...
She's not, but I love her.
But you reamed her on TV.
I didn't mean to ream her. I needed advice. I needed help here because
yeah, but you know, you're going to
I...
need help when you get back to the hotel. She's going to be sitting there. No, am I right? I mean, she's going to be sitting there. Because I write,
I love this
Wait
child
a minute,
more
wait
than
a minute.
life itself.
Can I
I
just
would
do the,
die
let me
for
do
her,
the
but
kid's
she
point of view
embarrassed
for a
me.
second.
Okay.
You love her, right?
More than
She's,
life.
Regis, she's just been, yeah, never mind. She's going to be sitting there in the thing with the hair, with a double cappuccino like this. She's going to have that foam on her upper lip, and she's going to be, Mom, get on the couch. Thank you very much. Out of here. And she is going to, she's going to get...
You make me cry now.
Oh, you did? I didn't make you cry.
No, I don't want to hurt her. It's just, I really...
Oh, how many people watch this show? 16 million? I don't want to... You know, I've done that once or twice myself. I've gotten on talk shows. Not that I was co-hosting them, but I've gotten on talk shows. But I used to do Perfect Strangers. Everyone, you know, those poor people that worked on that show. I loved the show, but every once in a while I would do some dance and they'd cut off my legs. Not literally.
Yeah.
Although they would have loved to, I'm sure. But I would get on, like, Arsenio and I'd say, oh, I don't like the way they edit the show. And, you know, 10 editors would hang themselves the next morning, and there'd be a little note. And you've got to be careful. But first of all, Emily is now swinging at Bloomingdale. I mean, you know, it's a powerful medium.
Okay. Okay. Point well taken.
Okay.
I'll go home.
You're going to have your work cut out for you.
What are you smiling at? What are you
It occurred to me right off the bat. I said, don't you think she's going to be angry to hear you say this?
All right, I think we should make a, where's the camera that's on? We should make a truce. What is her name?
Catherine.
Catherine, look, your mother did a really strange thing by reaming you on TV. You did a strange thing by being mean to her at Bloomingdale's. So why don't we pretend nothing ever happened? And when you get back to the hotel, you can be best friends. Because otherwise I'm going to fear for both of them.
All right, so you're even now.
We're even.
All right.
Don't you think? Because you know how scary 16-year-olds can be. There's one now. And I'm telling you. Well, are you about 16? You see, I can spot them a mile off.
Is that your mother with you? Do you know
Oh,
what
that's
I'm
why
talking
she was
about, Mom?
nodding.
Okay,
that one was nodding so hard she's got to go to a chiropractor.
Do you have a problem with the way she dresses?
No, I don't.
Thanks a lot. I hope I get out, lady.
But that's
because she's very preppy in her dress.
But that is funny because the whole time we were talking, what's your name?
Celeste.
Celeste was going, yes, yes. You don't know how right you are. And I'm thinking either she knows me or she's a mother.
All right, listen, we've got to get to the clip because we want to see what this show looks
Let
like.
me
Now,
set
are
up
you
the clip.
Larry?
Huh?
Are you Larry in this show?
I'm Bronson, and I've loved you. I've loved your show for years.
You set up the
Okay, the clip is, on this show, I have a little daughter, and there's a science fair at her school, and her project is that she has grown a rare strain of foot mold, and I accidentally feed it to her aunt, because I think it's Roquefort.
Oh.
I think it's Roquefort cheese, and I feed it to her aunt. And then she's afraid, because teacher's a bully, and she's afraid that she's not going to have a good science project, and she's not going to win the science fair. So I say, don't worry, you just show up at the science fair, and I'll come up with something. And I decide that I'm going to win the science fair for her by showing up as a robot that she has made. And it's you know, kind of hopeless. But anyway, here we go.
Foot mold.
All right, trouble with Larry.
I am a cyborg. My brother is Bjorn Borg. I have an ugly uncle named Ernest Borg, 9000. I register a pretty humanoid and a pretty big hemorrhoid.
Look at his face. Look at that face.
All right, Wednesday nights on a new network, CBS, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Bronson. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy. We'll be right back with Vince Gill in a moment.